What's up, y'all? I'm back, and today I've created a classic fall look for you guys. This is my favorite way to wear my makeup in the winter months. With the orangey tinted eyes and dark lip, you will quote unquote fall in love with this look as well. See what I did there? Keep watching to get all the details on this look. Alrighty guys, so to start off, I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer in my T-zone where I get most oily, and I just lightly put that on with my fingers. I don't want it to be too thick because I don't want it to cake my face. And then I'm going to start with my eyes. I'm going to prime my eyes with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. This is an oldie but a goodie. It still gets the job done just how I like it. And I'm going to apply that with my fingers, just pat it on, make sure it's applied evenly on both, and let it dry up before you start applying eyeshadow. So I'm going to be using my new Morphe brush set today. I just received it in the mail and I'm in love. I'm going to start with the fluffiest eyeshadow brush that came in the package. And it's the fluffiest one I own actually. And I'm going to use my Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette by Morphe. And I'm going to start with this light orange brown transition shade. And I'm just going to start by blending it all in the crease. Windshield wiper motions and then circular motions. Just keep blending until you get an even amount on each eye. You really want to use a shade that complements your skin tone. So if you have more orangey or pinky skin tones, you might want to use a more brown orange shade, especially for this fall look. And then I'm going to go with the next darkest orangey brown color in the palette, and I'm going to use a slightly thinner blending brush. This brush is just a bit thinner in a narrow tip than the last blending brush, and you're going to kind of do the same thing, but you're more focusing it on the outer crease than the entire crease. And once you really get it in that outer crease, then you can start bringing it into the inner crease, but you really want to focus it on the outer. Then you're just going to do the same thing on the other side, doing those windshield wiper motions on the outer crease, and voila! This Morphe brush I'm using is really dense with like a straighter edge, and we're using this one to put these two dark burgundy brown colors in my outer crease, and you really just want to focus them there. So you're just going to pack it in, as you can see here, packing it in the crease, really getting that pigment in there, because you don't want it, you want it to show that it's getting increasingly darker as you go out into the crease for this look. So just keep packing it in, and then as you get more color you can bring it in to your inner crease, but not all the way, because you just want to blend those colors evenly throughout your eye. As long as you blend, you will be able to accomplish this look easily. If you don't have these specific brushes, it's okay. You can use something that's similar. As long as you use the same techniques with the brushes, you can accomplish the same look. So I'm doing the same thing on my other eye, packing it in, then bringing it slightly towards the middle of my eye. And then there you have it. Now I'm going to go back in with that same first fluffy brush we used, and we're just going to go over the entire crease, just blending all of those shades together, making sure everything looks seamless. You don't want any harsh lines or anything in those eyes. So now I'm going to be using this orange color in the shade. Any orange color will do, but I'm going to use this orange color slightly above my crease. Do you see how it kind of brings out those orange tones in these shades? Just slightly above the crease. You don't want to come too high above the crease, because then you're going to have like a really harsh orange basic eyebrow. You don't want that. Next step in the eyes, you'll need MAC Fix Plus Spray. And I'm going to use a flat synthetic brush to pack on this color that we'll be using. So I'm going to be using this sparkly, bronzy orange color in the palette. I mean, I'm sure you can find this elsewhere, but this is the color I'm going to use since it's all in the same palette. I'm going to spray my brush to dampen it just a bit, and I'm going to start packing on that bronzy orange color in the inner part of my lid. So as you can see, I'm just building that color. It's not going to go on as much as you need in the first try. You have to keep packing it on in that inner lid. Just keep packing and bringing it towards the middle until you get the look that you want. And I think I almost got it. So then after that is done, you're going to go in with this really pretty shade called Ice Latte by L'Oreal. It's so pretty. Jaclyn Hill actually mentioned these on her YouTube once, and I bought it in 2 colors, and oh my gosh, these shades are so pretty. I always get compliments when I wear these. So you're just going to pack that onto that same synthetic brush and put it in the very, very inner lid. You're going to use this as a color to make sure you're opening up those eyes with this bright color, and it's going to have a gradual blend from a lighter color to a more neutral color to the darker colors on the outer edge of your eye. It'll make a really pretty illusion. You're just going to do this on both eyes, just a small bit, and you're just going to put it in the very inner corner. Notice that I don't put it all the way to the middle like I did with that burnt orange sparkly color. Just in the very inner corners of your eye to give that pretty blend. Look at that, how pretty that looks. So now we're going to go in with our face. I'm using my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. My finger all over my face. I usually start with putting it with my finger so I don't put too much on. I just put a thin amount. I feel like that really just kind of spreads out the foundation more evenly, and it keeps it more seamless throughout the day. Now we are going to blend that mess out. I am spritzing my kabuki brush with my Max Fix Plus and just blending, blending, blending until the foundation matches my skin a little better. I feel like the Max Fix Plus really spreads the foundation a little better, and then it gives me a more full coverage look throughout the day. Now for concealer, I'm going to go within my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye in the light neutral shade. This stuff is kind of hard to work with, so if you're new to concealers, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this one. I would go more with the Urban Decay Naked Weightless Concealer, but this one's really super full coverage, so it's nice. It's a little lighter than the shade that I go with, but if you're using this, you're going to go ahead and make yourself look like a crazy Indian with polka dot chicken pox, and then go ahead and just blend that out with a concealer brush. Any concealer brush will do. I kind of just make it to where it's not going to look perfect, because I'm going to also go in after this with a damp beauty blender and blend this out. Since I felt like that was looking a little too light for me, I'm going to go in with my Maybeline Fit Me concealer, and I'm just going to use the shade in medium. It's a little tanner than this light neutral shade in the IT Cosmetics concealer, and it's a different formulation, so I like how the combination looks on me. And I'm just going to go over in the same spots in that T-zone. Then I'm going to get that damp beauty blender and blend this stuff out. Blend, 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 blend. You don't want it to look harsh on your face. You don't want it to look like you have just a white under eye. You want it to look more natural, just like you came off of the runway. So you're just going to blend it all out until everything looks like it flows good. Finally, an almost perfectly blended face. Next, I'm going to go in with my Morphe Translucent Loose Powder. We will be using the same damp beauty blender that we used to blend out the concealer. This method is called baking, and I bake my whole face at 360 degrees Fahrenheit. But anyway, I just start with my under eye because that's the part that I really want that powder to set into. And then I'm going to do the rest of my face as well, but I really like to get that powder set into my under eye really thick. And I'm not going to worry about having extra powder on my face because we're going to go in after with a brush and just wipe it all the way. So you just kind of get it in the spots that you really want it. And you can see I'm carving out my jawline. This is going to help when I'm contouring my face with the bronzer. It's going to help it really have a sharp bronzed contoured look. It'll look really nicely if you do it this way. So now I'm going to go in with just any old blending brush. I just use this one by Real Techniques, and I'm going to blend it all out. Really doesn't matter which way you blend it. You just kind of get all that powder off of your face, all the loose excess powder, and then your face will start looking perfect in no time. This method really keeps that powder held into my face all day long. Next up, my favorite part is bronzer, and I'm going to be using this bronzing brush that came in that Morphe package that I have. And I'm just going to go in right under the apples of my cheeks, and then I kind of bring that color up towards my hairline, up to the temple whenever I get to the hairline. Same thing on both sides. I kind of alternate between windshield wiper motions and circular motions. It just depends on my mood, really. We're also going to bronze the hairline on my forehead, and then we're also going to bring that bronzer down under my jaw to get rid of that double chin, sister. Don't want that thing. Alright, next for highlight and blush, I'm going to use a synthetic blush brush. And I'm going to go in with Amaretto and that Becca by Jaclyn Hill palette on the apples of my cheeks and all over my cheekbone. I really start on the outer corner and then I go towards the apples of my cheeks. And I'm using that same brush. I just use the point of the tip on that brush, and I go in with Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop on the tops of my cheekbones to give that pretty little highlight and pretty glow. Then I'll go in my Cupid's bow and put a little highlight there. I don't know that this really helps, but I still do it. I'm going to use that same palette because I like for my whole face to have a cohesive blend. So I'm going to highlight my brow bone with the same highlight that I highlighted my cheeks with. I feel like that really brings the whole look together if you're using the same colors on your face. So I highlight my brow bone and then the inner corners of my eye with that Champagne Pop. As you can see, it really brings the whole look together if you're using the same tones on your face. Now we're going in for the ever so dreaded eyeliner. I'm going to do a winged eyeliner with this Maybelline Jet Black eyeliner. I cannot do it without pulling my eye taut. I'm sorry for all the people who say that's going to give me wrinkles. You know what, it probably will, but a girl gotta do what a girl gotta do. So I'm just going to put that all on my eye the best way I can, honestly. That eye looked good enough, so then we'll move on to the other side. Same deal. You know, really my hint for doing winged eyeliner is starting on that outer corner of your eye and going up to where your eyebrows end, and then just connecting that towards the inner corner of your eye. So that's my hint. Do whatever works for you. If you can't do a cat eye, then just put on some black eyeliner and roll with it, sister. It is okay. Voila, there is your wing liner. So now I'm going to go back with that Morphe palette, the same one that I was using on my eyeshadow. And I'm going to use those two dark colors that I did on the outer corner of my eye. I'm going to use those with that synthetic brush that I cleaned off for the inner corner of my eye with the skinny edge and put that all over the underneath of my eye, all over the waterline, and I kind of connect it to where that highlight was in the inner corner of my eye. And I do that the same thing on both sides. It's really easy. If you mess up, you can just blend it out with a little fluffy brush, and then everything will be okay. Don't worry that you'll get too much underneath your eyes. See how it turns out? Nice and blended and pretty, just like the top of my eyes. Okay, so then I felt like it was a little bit too harsh, so I'm going to go in with this nice deep brown orange color. I didn't use this on any other part of my eyes, but I'm just going to blend that in with that under eye shadow, just to really give it a nice burnt orange look, just like the tops of my eyes, and make it look more blended. I really don't like anything to have any harsh lines, you know me. Now for mascara, the Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. And just douse it all over my eyelashes, make them look really nice. You can put on fake lashes if you like, but I don't really like to use fake eyelashes that much unless it's like a special occasion. So you do you, sister. If you want to do it, go ahead. I usually go in with about 2 coats whenever I do this mascara. Not too much. Okay, and now I'm going to go into the brow. I'm using this NYX brow pencil in taupe. If you're looking for a nice cheap brow pencil, if you just need to pick one up real quick and you don't have a lot of money, this one's only like $4, maybe $6 max, and it really gets the job done. I don't love it as much as my Anastasia brow definer, but it's still a really nice color, and the outcome is pretty much the same. It just takes a little more time to get it on, which is kind of normal. So this was a really nice product if you're looking for something a little less expensive than your more expensive brands. The NYX ones are really nice. I don't fill in my brows too much. I just kind of go over my natural brow line, and it looks good enough for me. And then I just brush it out with the brush that is provided by NYX in the same brow pencil. A quick brush over to make everything look even. And my brows are good to go, sister. I'm not gonna harp on them. They are what they are. Now for the lips. I love doing lips, and I love my lips to look big. So I'm going to overline my underlips and top lips with this lip liner by NYX as well. I think the shade is Wine. I'm not 100% sure, but just a really dark lip liner, something really burgundy, winey color would be perfect for this look. That's what I'm going to go in with. I don't go all the way into the center of my lip. I don't think that you need to, because you'll see why in a little bit. So you just make sure that your lips are lined perfectly, and then you just fill them in, or color them in, so to speak, halfway, because we're trying to create an illusion here. Well, at least I'm trying to create the illusion that I have bigger lips. So if you fill them in halfway, and then we're going to go in with a lip plumper after this, that's going to make us look like we have beautiful, large, luscious lips. So the lip plumper that I use is Victoria's Secret Clear Lip Plumper. It looks just like this, and it feels just like a nice lip plumper. It has that tingly feeling on your lips, so it makes your lips feel big. I just plop it on my lips, on the bottom and the top. And then the key to this is rubbing them in, because your lip liner may or may not look perfect, but once you rub your lips in, it evens it all out, and looky there. You have a perfect plump lip. And for the last step, we are going to spritz our face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. Sorry, mine's disgusting. I use it all the time. Just spray it all over your face. You really want to set all that makeup in, and everything looks seamless, flawless, and ready to go. Well, you guys, that is it. This is how you get the look. I love you, and I hope to see you in my next video. Don't forget, leave your comments and subscribe. Mwah!